your hands in the air, it's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
mixing sodas with the beer, it's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
so why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here, y'all.
Throw your hands in the air, it's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
mixing sodas with the beer, it's
Dr. Do, Dr.
so
Do.
why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here, y'all.
You got
Well, y'all, your social media platform artist and the host of the great YouTube channel. I'm your host, your one and the only Dr. Do here, everyone. How are we on the wonderful Thursday evening right here, y'all? Today's video, we are going to talk about a big huge news that happened today and what is going on right now in America and what happened with this value right here, y'all. Today, we have announced that America and also Donald Trump had announced that we will no longer be able to produce one coin right here, y'all. In this video, we're going to talk about the pennies that no longer being made no more. Yeah, that's right. The age of penny is now coming to officially came to an end, y'all. After hundreds of years, y'all, penny have been used for a really long time, you know. Which is crazy to see how penny that we've been using as part of our currency in America for like since 1793 right here. I know, right? Really crazy right here. Y'all been acting, we're gonna have it to the pennies now that we no longer going to be using them as part of our currency nowadays. So before we get started, if you guys new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit notification down below. Comment down below what you guys think about my opinion about what gonna happen to penny nowadays right here. If you guys want something good, you want some Dr. Do merch, go to Closet Bureau to give you guys Dr. Do shirt wears, hat wear, drink wear, and all the hoodies or long sleeve shirts or jackets right here to give you guys comfy and warm, because winter is coming after all, y'all. You need those things to help you keep warm for this year winter, right? If you guys want to be something that will give you enough hydration, energy, focus, and also give you protein to give you muscle, go to Beach Chart to give you guys Dr. Do's Dr. Do powder right here, y'all. We got good flavor right here. We got one here saying strawberry shortcake, Dr. Do hydration lemonade, alright, fruit punch, and also our focus powder that will help y'all out to keep you focused with other works and gym, all that stuff right here, y'all. So without further ado, let's get this party started. There's so many questions about that, because in history, a decade after we won our independence against the British in 1781, pennies have become part of our history, our currency for a really long time. Back then, it changed a lot around the time, and then we see a lot of changes to pennies. Like we had a Native American woman as part of a penny, part of our currency, and then to 1859 and somewhere around 1864, we started to change the penny for a really long time to start saying 1 cent. But in 1909, in the honor of 100-year birth of Abraham Lincoln became the official figure of the penny itself. And then we saw a lot of changes going on with the penny, such that we replaced the copper or zinc for a silver version of the penny, because you know, World War II and all that stuff. And then we've been seeing a lot of changes with penny for ever since. Alright, y'all? And now, in 2025, Donald Trump had announced that penny will no longer be used as currency or no longer going to be made anymore, y'all. Which is crazy to see that pennies are now no longer going to be used as currency now. And what's going to happen to them? Alright, here. I know that the U.S. government might go and do something with the pennies, like, you know, like it has copper and zinc that they probably going to use for like material for like buildings or value or anything else with that, right? Which makes sense, because we need some copper to help us make pipes, buildings, cars, all of that stuff right here, y'all. Man, I never thought I would witness the end of pennies in this year, in this time right here, y'all. And pretty soon that if we have children and grandchildren, they'd be like, hey, Grandpa Do, what is a penny? I'll be like, well, son, pennies used to be a part of our currency a long time ago in U.S. history. We use it for buying stuff or use it to save up to make, like, use it to turn into, like, other coins right here, y'all. Man, I never thought I would live this day to watch the end of the pennies right here, y'all. That crazy. And also, pennies have always been used for helping us buy many things. Back then, pennies were very more valuable because you could buy anything with a penny. For example, like a snacks or groceries or even cooling stuff back in the Wild West era, right there, y'all. I remember like stuff used to be called less back then when cowboy natives. Bandit used pennies at a bigger value. They could buy with anything with that. And now pennies are starting to be less interest of people, and there's so many pennies that have been made more than any other coin right there, y'all. Wow. Jeez. I never thought this would happen. Although you gotta have many questions right here, y'all. What's gonna happen now that penny no longer going to be used as currency? Are we going to replace the pennies now that we no longer going to be using them no more? Yeah, I could say that we might go ahead to replace the penny with something else, because when you think about it, if we no longer can use pennies no more, we can find other currency to replace the penny right there, y'all. I remember back then we used to use other coins that we grew up using in order to collect them as a collectible right there, like the 50-cent coin or the 75-cent coin or a dollar coin. I think that the U.S. government might bring back the old coin that we used back long time ago, one with Eisenhower, JFK, and all of that. I think they will basically going to be replacing the penny for the 50-cent coin, 75-cent coin, or the dollar coin right there. My thoughts about it, not everybody's thought, but however, if we are going to be replacing the pennies, then we need to find another coin to replace the pennies, I know that y'all have been collecting old coins for the past decades and stuff, but however, now that they basically going to bring back old coins, if they are going to do that, you might use it as part of your currency nowadays, right there, y'all. I know they might not go to make a 2-cent coin or a 3-cent coin. That will be like not that good right there, y'all. I say that we might have to bring back 50-cent coin, 75-cent coin, or a dollar coin right there, y'all. To replace the pennies right there for something better right there. If they do make a 75-cent coin, they should put Abraham Lincoln on the 75-cent coin, y'all. Get what I mean? And also, if we give us enough, that would give us enough material that we use for the coins that we produce coins out, produce pennies right there. We can use that. We can use copper and zinc to use for other stuff right there, y'all. I know you guys gonna make the penny and stuff. Also, I know that I heard that they are going to compensate. I know they're going to compensate with all the pennies and stuff, but hey, you can still going to collect. You still could find pennies anywhere and collect them and keep them just in case that they're going to bring back the penny value right there. Which I think that going to have. I predicted that it might happen in the next like 20 or 30 years in time, y'all. In case that the other new coins would not work out right there, y'all. Now that pennies are no longer be worth something, we might well just sell the coin pennies like the copper we might as well sell the pennies for something good, for money and stuff. Get what I mean? Like copper could be now going to be very valuable now. Like going to cost a lot. You could buy you can get money out of the copper and zinc, but that's all my family usually take wire that had copper or zinc in those things and sell them for money right there. I guess that you guys don't want to use the pennies no more. Just sell them for money right there, but it could cost you good right there. You know, I bet the stock market for copper and zinc go sky high right there, y'all. That's what I'm going to predict about it. I know it's going to take a couple years to get to replace the pennies in our country right there. Put something good, better, or different right there. Alright, y'all? And there you have it. This is my video about what's going to happen to the pennies now. Alright, y'all? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a great day. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit notification down below. And comment down below what you guys think about my video. And what your opinion down in the comment below right there. I hope y'all have a great day. And I see you guys next time right here. Peace out, y'all.